So I'm going to use this as illustration to show you how the earned value method can be used in actual practice. So here is this particular project with one, two, three, four, five, six, six different subtasks. So this is a case where when you complete all of the subtasks, the entire project is considered done. Okay, so we just label each activity using alphabet. And another thing is this one is showing the example of checking the progress 7 times. And I don't think A is completed yet. So you are doing the project progress check each week. So week one, this is the progress check. This is a progress report using earned value method. And this is week two, week three, and so forth. So because the project progress needs to be checked routinely, so this kind of reflects this routine checking, routine evaluation aspect of it. So let's first take a look at this part, this total plan value. For plan value for A is 20, plan value for B is 15, C is 100, 35, 120, and 30. So essentially, the planned value, you can basically consider that as your budget, total dollar amount budgeted when you say you're done with activity A. Okay, so the total, that's what we call as a planned value. So A is a $20 task, and B is a $15 task, and C is $100 task. But you have to plan this in advance. And the planned value, so here it says the total value, total planned value, the same value as this one. So planned value for activity A or subtask A in week one is 10. Okay, so 10 out of 20 is basically 50%. The reason why you are seeing the planned value of A is 10 at the end of week one is because you plan to finish this 50%. Okay, and week two, 20 out of 20. So this is basically this is basically saying that your plan is to finish activity A by the end of week two by 100%. So as you can see that this 20 stays all the way until the week 7 because it once it's completed, those planned values will stay through. Okay, so earned value is the the earned value is value you have earned. So how to determine that? That also will be determined by the percentage. So earned value is 10 out of 20. Okay, that basically means that by the end of week one, you have completed 50% of the subtask A. Therefore, the value you have earned is $10. And in completing the 50%, therefore earned value of 10, your actual cost is 10. So everything is 10, so this is good. So your cost variance, and that's the cost variance is earned value minus actual cost. It's 10. I'm sorry, it's 0. And your schedule variance, which is the earned value minus planned value, is also 0. So if you look at week 2, what happened to the project subtask A? So it completed 100%, so planned value is 20. Earned value is also 20 because you completed in 100%. So therefore, earned value can never exceed the total planned value. Okay, but what can exceed 20 is the actual cost that you have spent when you complete that subtask A. So in completing it 100%, your actual cost is $30. Okay, so as you can see that your cost variance is negative 10, meaning that you overspent by $10, but your schedule variance in this case is basically 0. That means your schedule is right on schedule, but you are over budget. Okay, so this particular status will stay throughout those different period 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They will be contributing in calculating the weekly total planned value and weekly total value earned value, weekly actual cost, and things like that. So, for example, let's take a look at week 5 in here. Okay, week 5. Obviously, we have reviewed subtask A and subtask B. Subtask B total plan value is $15. Okay, so it looks like your original plan, your original schedule plan is to complete this by the end of week 4. Therefore, 100% of 15 is 15, so it will stay throughout the project planning period. And the earned value, it looks like you also completed 100%, so your schedule variance is kind of 0. But you also overspent by 5, so your actual cost is 20. Okay, so again, I want to remind you this 15 is total planned value multiplied by the progress expressed in terms of percentage. Okay, and this is also total planned value multiplied by a percentage that represents the actual progress that you have made. So when you do earned value method, when you use earned value method to check progress of a project, you typically look up a percentage. Okay, this percentage can be your ballpark estimation. The percentage can be number of tasks completed out of total outstanding out of total tasks that you have initially planned for, or you can roughly say 25, 50, 75. You increment by a 25%, and it's really really flexible. But really key is you would use percentage to express the progress. Only when you express the progress using percentage, you can calculate planned value and earned value. Okay, so the actual cost is always, you can always get that from the, you can always get that from some kind of, I don't know, uh, you typically do pretty good job in general, people do pretty good job in terms of documenting the total cost. So getting the total cost out of the accounting book as is not a very difficult process. Okay, so you can always calculate those things. So if you keep looking at this, project C, I'm sorry, subtask C has total planned value of 100. So it looks like you plan to complete it 80%. But in reality, you only completed 6% of the 100. Therefore, your earned value expressed in a dollar amount is 60 and your actual cost is 100. So in week 5, your subtask C is overspending behind schedule. Okay, so if you do all of them here, this is a summary for this particular project. Considering all the subtasks, you do this summary at the end of week 5. Okay, where did you get 150? You basically added all of the planned value by the end of week 5. Okay, how did you get earned value 123? You basically added all those earned value you have calculated by multiplying the total planned value with the actual progress expressed in percentage. So actual cost in the same way, you added all of them. And once you have 3 measures, you can always calculate cost variance and schedule variance. As you can see that at the end of week 5, total project overall is overspending and behind schedule. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the what's natural in the earned value method. As long as you have a PV, EV, AC, or CV, SV, those 5 essential measures, you can always play around something fancy such as SPI or CPI, and then total estimated cost at completion, and all those metrics that's in the database of earned value method, if you will. Okay, hope that helps.